Studios and you're looking for a quick bite in between attractions, I've got you covered. Time is also very important inside the Disney bubble, and if you think that you're going to wander around Hollywood Studios and just grab something quick whenever you're hungry, you're going to be in for a shock and not necessarily a good one. This is the park where hangry is going to happen most often. And you also don't want to spend money on food that just isn't that fabulous just because it's close by. So let's talk about a few of my favorite eats in Hollywood Studios. We will help you plan. I'm Laura Krumzak, and this is the Disney Slowdown. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I greatly appreciate you. This week, we are talking about Hollywood Studios. I've been doing a series called Plan B when Disney World is busy and the top attractions are like the lines are way too long and you don't really want to spend extra money or the time and the mental energy trying to learn the lightning lane system. I get it. There are great things that you can do inside the parks and have a fabulous day without hitting those top attractions. I know it seems crazy, but Disney World is full of layers and every park is full of layers and you're not going to be disappointed. And I want to help you do that. So earlier this week, I talked about Hollywood Studios and what my top 3 attractions are and what you could do instead of those big banger attractions that everybody's flocking to, especially at Rope Drop. Different strategies to help you get around that park and maybe get some of those top attractions. And today we are going to talk about some of my favorite quick service meals inside of Hollywood. I'm going to tell you, Hollywood Studios, it's not my favorite park to eat in. It really isn't. Epcot obviously is my favorite park. You should know that by now if you've been here anytime. And I would say that Animal Kingdom is another one that I really enjoy eating at. Hollywood Studios would be my third favorite. I've got a few favorites there, and Magic Kingdom is probably in last place. Sorry, but it's just... We'll talk about Magic Kingdom in another video. Today we are talking about Hollywood Studio. If you have family members that just want basic food, Backlot Burger is a good place to go. They have decent burgers, good portions, lots of fries, of course. You can get a few other things there. There was something that I got there that was really spicy. Like, it was not just Disney spicy. And it was a salad, and I just lost the name of it. I'm so sorry. But it was some kind of an Asian chicken salad or something, but it was really spicy. So we tend to get a burger there at Backlot. Samara loves her burgers, and so that's always her top choice. I'm okay with a burger and fries, especially if I'm there with somebody and they want to split a meal, because the last thing you want to do when it's really hot outside is eat a bunch of food. I know people are attracted to the dining plan, and believe me, I have been there myself. I was like, oh my gosh, look at all the food that we could get, especially if you look at one of their promotions with a free dining plan. Seriously, do the math. It's not really free. You're paying for it. They're just putting it into the package for you and making you look like you've got a deal. But that it's so much food with everybody having their own meal. I don't know that we've ever sat down with multiple people and not shared a meal, because it's a nice thing to have, just to grab something quick and split it, just a bite to stave off the hangry and the attitudes and the moods, right? And then a few hours later, grab something else. So, but still, maybe 2 or 3 meals in a day split between 3 or 4 of us. I mean, that's usually what we do. Everybody is different. But the backlot burger, that was always our top choice there at Hollywood Studios. My favorite meal is an actually ABC commissary, which is right around the corner from Backlot Burgers. And what I like about ABC Commissary is, first of all, they have this buffalo grilled chicken sandwich. So it's actually like the buffalo chicken dip, if you've ever had that. That's ooey gooey cheesy goodness with your salty and a little bit of spice from the buffalo sauce, which you'd think there'd be more spice, but I don't feel like it's super spicy. I do like some heat. But then you put it like a grilled cheese sandwich, and it's all griddled and good and buttery goodness. It's so yummy. You can get that with fries, and actually those fries they're pretty good. I like their fries at ABC Commissary, but what I like to get with my buffalo chicken grilled cheese is the arugula and farro salad. I think it's called farro. I can't remember what. So it's like a green, but it's got pecans in it. So if you have somebody who has an allergy, like my daughter is allergic to pecans, she wouldn't want to eat that. Of course, she doesn't like the buffalo chicken grilled cheese either. But that is my favorite sandwich when I go there. And I've tried a few other things that I am just not super impressed with. I'll get to those in a minute. My other go-to meal at Hollywood Studios is a Ronto wrap. Now you can go to Ronto Roasters. They're only open until like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, but Docking Bay 7 then starts carrying the Ronto wrap, so you would just have to go over there to get it after 2 or 3 p.m. whenever Ronto Roasters closes. I think it's a little more expensive, but it does come with some plantain chips over in Docking Bay 7. So the Ronto roaster itself is just, it doesn't have any sides with it. If you get it from, no, sorry, the Ronto wrap itself doesn't have any sides with it if you get it at Ronto Roasters. But that's another one of my favorite meals there. Now, the things that I have tried that I have not been impressed with, first of all, I am not a fan of puffy pizza. And of course, Pizza Rizzo has like the worst reputation for pizza. I think on all of Disney property. But that is now closed. It's going to be rethemed to something Monsters Universe. Monsters University, Monsters Inc. I don't know what we're calling that exactly. But all of Grand Avenue is shut down for retheming, so you won't have to worry about that. If your kids have to have pizza, you can go down Sunset Boulevard. There are places that serve the puffy pizza, and they can just, that's kids. What are you going to do, right? There's another place. There's a few places down Sunset Boulevard. I've not heard great things. I did try this weird thing. I'm not sure what possessed them to put mashed potatoes in a waffle cone bowl, but here we are. They did it. No bueno. That I do not recommend it. I thought, this sounds interesting. This is either really going to work or it's going to be bad. And I have to tell you that it was bad. It's next to Hollywood Scoops, which is the ice cream place down there on Sunset Boulevard. Yeah, not impressive at all. I would not recommend that at all. Woody's Lunchbox is always really, really popular. So the first thing that you want to do, if you just absolutely have to eat at Woody's Lunchbox, mobile order. And you can mobile order at all these places that I've talked about. Backlot, we mobile order all the time. If we're getting into the park and it's late, maybe we're hopping over from another place, we'll mobile order as soon as we scan in. Sometimes I've mobile ordered on the Skyliner. But ABC Commissary, mobile order. Anything down Sunset Boulevard, a lot of those you can mobile order as well. I would highly recommend it. You are going to have to mobile order at Woody's Lunchbox because your wait for mobile order could be 45 minutes or longer. And Toy Story Land has little to no shade. So standing in line to order and having no shade is miserable. And especially if you're in Toy Story Land and you're like, oh, we're hungry now, we'll just go grab a bite to eat. No, it could take you at least an hour. So do not plan to just walk up and stand in line. Always, 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 always look at mobile order options. Please, and you're welcome. Woody's Lunchbox. I've had the beef brisket grilled cheese. I do love a grilled cheese sandwich. It was just a little heavy. I liked it, but in the Florida heat, it was a heavy sandwich. And I didn't have anybody to share it with. So I would not get that again by myself because half of the sandwich was sufficient, really. Those are probably going to be your best eats. Again, with ABC Commissary, you've got different chicken sandwiches over there. I don't believe Backlot Burger has a chicken sandwich. I think it's only ABC Commissary, which seems kind of weird. But they're real close together. I've actually mobile ordered at ABC Commissary and had my kids go to Backlot to order food. It just depends on what time of day it is, because if you're going during the lunch rush, always, always, always mobile order. You don't want to stand there. But if you have to stand in line, Backlot Burger and ABC Commissary are both indoors in the air conditioning. So those are better options for you. All right, let's talk about some sweets because you know there's going to be sweets. I tend to not like stuff that's super sweet because sugar dehydrates you, and I don't want to feel bad when I'm walking around or sluggish. I want something light and refreshing. I also like things that I'm not necessarily going to make for myself at home. You know, the Jack Jack Num Num cookie. Everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, it's so amazing." It's a chocolate chip cookie. Okay? It's like a pie. It's pretty big. I mean, it's definitely shareable. And if you have a group of people, like, you know, we've got a family of 5, and you're like, I just want like a little bite of something. Yeah, get a Jack Jack Num Num cookie. It's chocolate chip. You can't go wrong. Everybody's going to be happy about it. So that's fine. The lunchbox tarts from Woody's, again, mobile order, they have different flavors all the time. We tried the raspberry one and I was like, it's okay. I'm not a fan of Nutella, so the hazelnut ones do not entice me at all. We did not try any of the seasonal flavors like the pumpkin spice, but I did have a key lime pie and I was not sad about that one. That's when I had that beef brisket sandwich and I mobile ordered and then I actually found a table there. So I sat down and I saw somebody had like a green um, lunchbox tart and I was like, oh, what is that? Because it could be any flavor, you know. You've got the three-eyed monster, you know, that's green. So, but it was key lime and I was like, oh yeah, I'm mobile ordering that. I'm gonna go ahead and order that one too. I liked that one for sure. Um, if you want gelato, the new hydraulics gelato place, which is as you're coming around the corner going into Grand Avenue, which is all going to be now closed, but the hydraulics is kind of facing the tap house, I believe. So it's not going to be closed, but they do have gelato and some other ice cream treats that you might find interesting. You're going to find soft serve at a couple of different locations. There's an um shoot over by Backlot. I think it's called like Epic Eats or something like that. It's right there by the Indiana Jones stunt show. They have funnel cakes with soft serve and you can get strawberries on top, or you can get Oreo cookies and chocolate syrup on top, whipped cream, the whole thing. My son got one. It was for his birthday. He was wearing his birthday button and he wanted the strawberry. But because it was his birthday, they also gave him the 2 Oreo cookies for the Mickey ears. So he had um, a special funnel cake. It's huge. You have to share it. You will not be able to eat all of that for sure. I tried, let's see, there's a drink there's several like fruity type mocktail things, drinks down on Sunset Boulevard that weren't bad. It's still a little on the sweet side, but what I did finally try was the Enchanted Rose. That one is a darker chocolate. I would say about 60% chocolate, which I think is perfect. And I absolutely loved it. So if you like darker chocolate, I would recommend the Enchanted Rose. They had one very similar to that in Epcot. I think it was for Festival of the Arts, and it was an Enchanted Rose, but it was milk chocolate. I was tempted to get it, but I knew it was going to be really sweet. So when I saw it, I put it together and I was like, oh yeah, they've had this Enchanted Rose over here. It's by Beauty and the Beast stage show and Tower of Terror. Like, I knew this Enchanted Rose was here, but I didn't realize that the one in Hollywood Studios is actually a darker chocolate. So I loved that one. Highly, highly recommend that. The pretzels, if you are wanting a pretzel, not the Mickey pretzels, the Tap House has a really decent sized pretzel, and you get a couple of dipping sauces. You get like a mustard dipping sauce. I thought there might have been something else, but I don't think it was cheese. That's a really good pretzel. It's like more of an authentic pretzel as opposed to the gross Mickey pretzels, which I don't even know what those things are made of. They're so nasty. You're going to pay a little more for it, and you are walking into the bar to get the pretzels, so be sure to leave a tip. I have not tried the blue milk or the green milk. I just can't bring myself to do it. I just can't. Yeah. Maybe one of these days I'll try it. And I have not tried any of the, multicolored popcorn or anything like that. Like I said, I try not to do a lot of sweet stuff. I like to get my popcorn bucket, and you will find lots of places to get your popcorn bucket refilled there in Hollywood Studios. But as far as the sweet stuff, I try to kind of keep it to a minimum. So I hope this was helpful for you. I really hope that if you're planning a trip to Disney World, don't forget to write down some key points about food, and feel free to bring your own food and snacks in the parks. You are allowed to do that. You don't have to buy meals in the parks. So whether you don't want to waste the time to sit down and grab a bite, although I think you're going to need to, sit down and take a little breather, or you just don't have the extra money in your budget. That's totally fine. I've done some videos about I did one specific video about different ways where you can kind of capture some money out of your own personal budget to save up for your Disney trip, that you're not going to you won't feel those effects in your own budget. So I will link that for you right here. And actually, I'll probably put it at the end of the video because I am done. But I will find that and I will share it for you here at the end. And I hope that helps you. And if you have any questions about planning for your Disney trip, I am here to help. Be sure to check out the other videos on my Be sure to check out the other videos that are here on my channel. And we'll see you next week when we talk about probably, can you say hi to Momo? Hi, Momo. I don't know who Momo is, but hi. Next week we will probably talk about Animal Kingdom. We'll save Magic Kingdom for, and I'm not going to be around the week of the 4th of July, but maybe I can get in there and talk about um, Magic Kingdom. We'll see. Thank you, new sub, Sherman. It's great to have you. Thank you so much. I hope that you can find some helpful tools on my channel, and feel free to ask any questions while you're planning your Disney trip. All right. Thanks for joining me. We'll talk to you soon.